listening. Put the headphones on so we can play the music. No, I see that you're both still, in the groove with your song.
I haven't.
Tegan and Sara. And I like that. It's not like you're thinking like you're jaded and you're tired of your own music.
It's actually nice to hear the recorded version because we play it live so often, but it's a little bit different,
What's different about it? Less production?
Yeah, a little bit less production. And when we're listening on stage, our mixes are engineered to be they're not very listenable. I mean, I have like click track in my vocal. I don't hear Tegan at all.
She doesn't like listening to me.
No, she distracts me.
Yeah,
I understand.
She's got one ear plug in right now.
Yeah. Whatever side she sits on, I just plug my. Yeah.
Well, it's been a lifetime of listening to each other.
36 years, in the womb.
Who's counting? Yeah.
Do you feel like you were destined to be together on stage as soon as you popped out? Did you know? I knew I wanted to perform since I was 5. I mean,
really,
some people. Do you guys?
We were really awkward and we were very shy. We were extroverts, but mostly just to control the room, and that was probably more of like an introverted thing. But my mom said that there was always a part of us that would light up when we were together, and we did have control over a room. She said she wouldn't have necessarily put her finger on music because we weren't that committed to taking lessons or focusing
weren't very
on
good.
anything. No, we weren't that good.
No.
So she said she could see this light like in our eyes when we would be able to perform for people. But we tried acting, we tried songwriting, we did all these things in high school mostly for fun, and then we got into music mainly just to avoid university.
I understand that. I didn't go to college.
Yeah, we were not interested.
No, me neither. Where did you grow up?
We grew up in Calgary, Alberta, up in Canada. But we moved away after high school. Tegan moved to Vancouver and I lived in Montreal. And we just had a normal suburban Canadian upbringing. Single parent mom.
Wow.
We weren't necessarily naturally, like Tegan said, we weren't necessarily musically gifted, but we used to play in bands, and I don't know, we had like a really normal upbringing, and then we started sort of being serious about music in about 11th or 12th grade and got signed out of high school and been touring for like 17 years.
That's incredible.
Yeah. There was a few things that happened in between all of that, but it was
for instance,
roughly that was how it happened.
I should hope so, because I feel so exhausted just listening to you. I'm like,
and then it just all went. Yeah, we just toured for 17
and then
years.
It was a success.
Yeah. No, we've had a really, really interesting career, and we've sort of like this is really new for us the last 5 years to be on the more like mainstream circuit and doing pop music. It's really opened up a lot of new opportunities. So it's kind of
Sarah calls it Botox for our career,
or like being born again. Like I feel like
we're born again.
Yeah, we're born again. Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah.
You're
We've been saved.
You're evangelical.
Yeah, we totally have. We are actually kind of quite evangelical about pop music, because we think we grew up, my parents were really young when they had us. They were 21. And so we grew up listening to their like late 70s, 80s music. And we remember a time where pop was super cool and important and intelligent and spoke to the people.
Never stopped being that for me.
Yeah. Well, Sarah was just saying earlier, there was this trend, like late 90s, 2000s, where it became very straight and very boxy music. And we sort of existed in the underground during that time because nobody would touch us with a 10-foot pole. But, in the sort of late 2000s, when EDM and indie and pop all sort of smashed into each other, we saw an opportunity to maybe kind of return a little bit more to the music we loved listening to.
Out of all the super successful people, is there anybody you listen to and go, oh, they're okay? I mean, I can't imagine you sitting down and listening to Taylor Swift.
Oh no, I liked Taylor Swift's last record a lot. I got into
a cool
it.
Songwriter for sure. I what's funny is that like a lot of I think for us, there's always
look at Tegan struggling to find a diplomatic way to say something bad.
In Sandyland, you don't.
I know. I understand that.
Tegan's terrified right now.
Nobody will be offended in Sandyland.
I'll say this. I think that for Sarah and I, we are still so focused on our craft and trying to figure out how to be great songwriters. We really want to prove ourselves. I think there's still part of us, even after 8 records and 20 years. I think it is undeniable we've had a really amazing career, but we're still trying to prove ourselves. I still think we have this chip on our shoulder where we want for people to give us this credit. And sometimes I do get agitated. Men are constantly called geniuses, and I feel like with us, I don't think anyone will ever call us geniuses, which is fine. But I think even music that I don't like or that I wouldn't listen to at home, I still want to understand it. I want to know why it appeals. I want to dissect it and pull it apart and then figure out what I can mine for my own music, you know? So it's hard for me to say something that I don't like or I think is overhyped, because when it's overhyped, I'll just be like, okay. Like, for instance, everyone right now, the chain smokers, like everybody that you're either on that team or you're not. For me, I obsess over it. Why is it important? Why is it resonating with tens of millions of people?
What's chain smoking?
They have that song "Closer"
Exactly.
with Halsey. If you hear it,
You'll
you'd be
know.
like,
You'll
oh, yeah.
know.
All right.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
you know, I just, there's part of me that's like, I'm a connoisseur. I want to get in there and like sip it and spit it out and see why is it working?
I don't totally get Ariana Grande is the answer to your question.
You should be charged with a crime. Dangerous woman, please leave the studio. You're out of Sandyland. What are you talking about? This girl, I know it's an image thing for you, but please, the music, and she's very talented. She's so little, that wee little body singing that way. You're wee, you don't have that voice.
I see what happens.
Wait,
when
you two are tough on each other.
she's really mean to me. I just am answering your question. I just,
Come on.
I don't know what happened there. She really
She's
flipped out.
manipulating.
Let it
you.
go. Let
Yeah.
it go. I can't be manipulated. I've been manipulated so many times.
Do you like Ariana Grande?
I'm nothing against her.
No, me
Yeah.
either.
You
Me
wouldn't go
either.
home and listen to it.
The only thing irritating about her to me is that she goes to Kabbalah.
Okay.
You know, she's a devotee. Excuse me.
Uh-oh.
I need a Schweppes.
Yeah.
A Schweppes in Sandyland to wash away Ariana Grande.
Oh, no. You
Other
guys.
than that, I guess she's fine. There's just nobody like, not nobody. There's lots of talented people. Some of these people just don't speak to me.
Do you like Sade?
I love Sade.
See, that's when I listen to music.
Of course, worship Sade.
Me too, and I want to when I'm listening to like I really love Alicia Keys as well, and I like vocals and music that mostly doesn't. I like electronic music. I like music that doesn't have a lot of words and vocals, probably because we talk so much, and it's nice to sometimes just have a cleansing palette when I'm listening to music. But when I listen to a vocal, I'm so drawn to voices that soothe me, you know, like that are like sexy or mysterious or whatever.
Yeah.
Ariana Grande is just, it's very gymnastic to me. There's a lot happening.
Yeah.
So that's my only
Well,
critique
I
of her.
feel like it's a Mariah Carey influence.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, but
generation.
I love Mariah Carey though.
Well, but I'm saying
Yeah.
influence.
You're
Mariah
right.
Carey,
Yeah.
you know, was the original.
I love. Yeah, that's true. You're right. Yeah.
So if there's one song of yours that you would say comes close to genius in your estimation, what's the song that we could play right now?
Oh my
that you
God.
feel most accomplished
Oh my God.
about?
I mean, the song that's had the most success over the last 20 years is a song called Closer.
Do we have Closer? Put Closer on, Karen.
Oh gosh, I'm feeling very nervous. I
I
like
know.
this.
Why?
Usually I'm so bored. This is very interesting. I'm sweating a bit.
Because I'm not gonna let you phone it in, but I'm also not gonna grill you. Let's listen to a little bit of Closer.
okay.
Hold on a minute.
Here comes a breath before we get a little bit closer. Here comes a rush before we touch. Come a little closer. The doors are open, the wind is really blowing. The night sky is changing overhead. It's not just our physical. I'm the type who won't get up so critical.
So you're playing Madison Square Garden tonight?
We're playing the theater
Theater.
at Madison Square
Oh,
Garden.
well, either place is amazing.
Sure, absolutely. I mute the word theater when I'm telling people. They're like, "You're coming to New York?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, we're playing the theater, Madison
Playing
Square Garden."
MSG.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just yell the last part.
Tegan and Sara at Madison Square Garden tonight. Doesn't matter which part of it.
That's right. Come on down.
I mean, well, your list of dates are all very impressive and wonderful. I know the 930 Club. I've played there before. That's in
great
DC.
spot. Yeah.
Should they just go to? We're coming back, by the way, but we're going to take a little break. But should they just go to SarahandTegan.com or
You
something?
can. I don't have no idea what you'll find there, but if you want to go to TeganandSara.com, you'll find all of our tour dates.
You know what?
It's probably
though?
a porn site.
I'm really thinking that I'd rather go to Sarah and Tegan.
Yeah, you should
check
go.
it
And
out.
then let
Let's
us
go.
tweet us and tell us what you find.
We're going to take a little break, and we'll be back with, well, both ladies, Tegan and Sara,
Yeah.
recording artists, badasses. We'll be right back in Sandyland.
No matter which way you go, no matter which way you stay, you're out of my mind, out of my mind, out of my mind, out of my mind. I was walking with the ghost. I said, please, please don't insist. I was walking with the ghost. I said, please.
Things were sick in the mid 2000s. With Tegan and Sara.
Truth.
That's the era of our band where we always sound like we're crying. Like right on the edge of tears.
Well, maybe you were.
I was probably
we
crying
were,
in the
for
studio
sure.
for sure. Yeah.
out of frustration, or
Yeah.
because you were breaking up with somebody.
No, I wasn't breaking up. I remember I did cry. I did actually cry when I was recording the vocals for this song. It was a different time. You would have to sing it like 50 times, and some guy in a booth would be like, it's sharp, it's flat, it's whatever. Now we like technology. I mean, we can control
I'm like, you
that
fix
ourselves.
it.
Yeah, we're like, you can just make it look better and sound better. So just do
I'll
it.
learn how to sing it over the next 2 years on tour. You
Yeah.
fix it now.
Good.
Yeah.
There was an authenticity, but your vocals would be all stripped and sad, and
We were kids too, right? We were just figuring it out. We were in the studio just figuring it out, surrounded by a bunch of dudes telling us what to do, and now we're just like, no.
Are you self-produced now?
No,
Or do
we're
you
not.
still-
But it's just us and whoever we trust. Like, we just don't bring people in. The record company just gets a finished record, and they love it.
So they hand you the reins to the
Yeah.
to
Oh,
the
yeah.
horses.
Can you
and-
imagine us taking any sort of direction from?
No, I wouldn't want to imagine that.
No.
no, they. You know what I really like about record labels get such a bad rap, but I think, for us anyways, I think that because we proved ourselves as being, we never took the money that the label got us and wasted it or broke up hotel rooms or like did weird stuff. Like we were so afraid to let anybody down or have people think that we were like irresponsible, and we just proved ourselves, and so people just have always been accommodating, let us sort of direct our career the way we wanted. We never,
Even if it was right into the ground.
yeah, even if it was the
Like, you
wrong
go,
choice,
girls.
they always let us learn our lessons.
Yeah.
It was good.
That's refreshing and unusual.
It
Yeah.
is on you. It definitely is. But I do think it's about. It is like we meet bands all the time that are like, oh, we wasted money, or we ticked the label off, or we were drinking and doing drugs, and that's fun. That's like a whole stereotype cliche thing of the music industry, and it's fun. But we were afraid that if we did any of that we wouldn't have a career. We were afraid that we would be told like, okay, you want to act like jackasses, like we're gonna drop you, and we really wanted.
Classic imposter syndrome. We were convinced at any point someone was coming to tell us it was all over.
Yeah. So
Well,
we were
and
so
I
behaved.
don't blame you.
Yeah.
I mean, and it can be over very easily.
Yeah.
You
Can.
know? Now more than ever, because people don't have any patience.
True. No.
And the shelf life. You ladies have proven yourself. You have 8 albums out.
Yeah.
That's a lot of stuff for young people,
Yeah.
young women to hang in there and not freak out.
Yeah.
And not throw the towel. So you're on the road a lot. I mean, you have
We
a
do
lot of
tour a
U.S. dates, and then I see you're going off to Europe and Mexico and Norway, Sweden. I mean, God, you're just everywhere now. So, are you both involved with somebody, or you both have relationships?
Yeah.
We do.
We're pretty good. It's so much easier to date now. Oh my God, when we first started in the 90s, it was awful. I mean, you would know. Like, you're at payphones calling collect, and
Yeah.
we did not have laptops or cell phones. It was very, very difficult. I mean, my God, we went to Europe the first time without credit cards. We went, got our passports,
Cash
and
only.
headed over. Yeah, it was.
Cash is king.
It was wild. I mean, it was terrifying really to think about it, but yeah, things are easier now with FaceTime, and I mean,
I think we're better at finding people who
don't like being around us all the time.
Yeah,
I think that's healthy. So, what kind of relationships are you in? What do these people do?
my girlfriend is she works behind the scenes. She's not an artist. I actually met her. She used to work for Madison Square Garden. She worked in an MTV. I met her in the industry, and I like grown-ups. I like normal people. I like people
Good.
I like discipline.
Sarah likes people who tell her what to do.
Yeah, I like structure, and
I understand.
and yeah, my girlfriend, she understands that we've been together 6 years, and she
Oh, good for you.
she
We
gets
have
that.
2 cat babies.
We have 2 cats. Yeah, we're just like real gay. We're gay. We're just gay.
What sign are you, ladies?
Virgos.
Oh, no wonder you care.
Yeah.
You look good. You are polished. You have fresh, beautiful skin, nice teeth.
We
I
turned
like the little-
36 this year, so we're paying a little more attention to her,
well,
hydrating.
You have good jaw lines.
Thank you.
You have nice cheekbones.
I feel so realized in this interview.
Yeah.
Well, but it's nice. It's nice to see. But I mean, you're cute. You're edgy, but you're not like, ugh. There's not a million piercings. Thank you for that.
We keep
No.
the tattoos hidden.
Yeah. Well, my daughter came home with a tattoo this summer.
Were you so upset?
Nope, I wasn't.
What was it? Was it at least something good?
Well, she's sort of an artist, and she drew these little, flowers, these gentle little flowers.
It's great.
And she had them put right here on her little arm.
That's great.
I was, what are you going to do?
Yeah. Our parents got us, like my mom bought me a gift certificate on my 18th birthday
No,
for my
it
first
was our
tattoo.
dad.
Sorry, our dad. But my mom already had a tattoo.
Sorry for getting her. Sorry for getting her.
Thank God Sarah's here to...
Tegan, I didn't hear anything about your relationship.
I have been in a relationship for about a year and a half, and I'm also dating a behind-the-scenes civilian, regular folk person. Works in, tech. She's also a go-getter, ambitious person, and has her own life, and it's really great. She came out and saw me play for the first time in our relationship, and afterwards we got in the car. She was driving me home, and she turned to me and she was like completely sincere. She was like kind of overwhelmed. She was like, "You're like a superstar." And I was
That's
like, "Well, we're
sweet.
not a superstar." And she was like, "No, but it was really incredible. Your sister and she was like, you guys were. It was magnetic watching people in the audience. I felt drawn to you in a completely different way. You're just really great up there." And I was like, "Well, stop." She's like, I wish I knew how to use your coffee machine tomorrow morning. I'd wake up, make my superstar coffee." And I was like, "You're
Aw.
great." Anyway, but she's great. She's great. I feel very happy.
It must be so much easier to meet people now because there's so many more gay girls than there were back in my day.
The last time
People
I
make it seem like it would be very hard to date if people know you are. And as a lesbian, I will say it was something that people brought up a lot, but I was in a really long relationship, so I had no idea how I would handle dating out in this world where people, like, I can't get like a Tinder account because it would just probably be people who knew.
Absolutely not.
Like, it would be
No,
terrifying,
no,
right?
no.
Like, no, guys, seriously, I met this person and they swear they have no idea who I am. I'm going to go to their house. Like, it would be terrifying.
that confuses-
but it's easier than you would think because we're social and we're active out in the community.
It's easy for Tegan. I was single for like 5 years, and people would always be like, "You must meet so many people."
We could
it was
contest that if we had a whole other
it was
hour.
like a desert out there. I was like, and people would be like,
a desert full of people that you dated.
No, I would date people, but I just mean like,
the
there
truth
was
came out.
Ocotillos,
Mr. Donald Trump
Saguaros,
here.
prickly pears.
do you know what it is? It was just like there was people that I didn't.
There was no one. Okay, there was a few people.
Okay,
All
and there was
right,
a
I dated
handful.
a lot.
There was a handful of people that were
cracking
that-
under pressure.
Have you ever been attracted to the same person?
No, I don't think we've ever.
I think Sarah her partner is amazing.
Yeah.
So bright, so beautiful, so interesting, and
We like different kinds of people.
yeah, like I think we really appreciate each other's differences.
There's
And-
no drama then.
Oh no,
no.
But, okay, so why Tegan and Sara? Why not Sara and Tegan?
Oh well, it was Sarah and Tegan. Growing up, that's how everyone always said our names. But when we first started out, there were a lot of Sarahs, and we felt like if we put Tegan first, that people would remember
it has
it.
a
was
better.
unique.
It has a better ring.
It does.
Yeah.
It's
you have
just
to
better.
enunciate Tegan and Sara.
Yeah, it has a kick to it.
I kind of wish we just had a band name.
It's like just a plain old drink, and then you add some ginger to it. Spicy.
I love ginger.
Tegan and Sara.
Yeah.
Do you find it easy to are you in a relationship to
Yes.
date?
No.
Yeah.
Honey, I did.
Yeah.
Can you imagine me in the mid-70s or the early mid-70s? I was a lunatic.
Yeah.
But was
it
it
was-
more fun because there wasn't the internet? Like social media scares me.
Everything
with
was
dating.
more fun. But I would never have met somebody through social media. It's just
No,
not who I am.
me either.
No.
But no, I'm in a 17-year relationship.
17? Wow.
Yeah. And our daughter's 18.
That's
I had
amazing.
her, and then I met my girlfriend.
That's amazing.
Her name is Sarah, spelled the same as yours too. No H.
That's amazing. Well, the right way, I like to say.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
How do you stay together 17 years?
It's really it's hardcore.
yeah.
Yeah.
Do you mind if I ask you if you do couples therapy?
have.
I've done couples therapy
have.
recently, and it was awesome.
I hate it.
you hate it?
Yeah, I hate
Oh my
it.
god, I loved it.
Because my girlfriend should have been a lawyer.
Oh yeah.
She's like she can do.
She sounds like somebody I would get along
Honey,
with.
she is. I look at her and go, "Why aren't you a lawyer?
Yeah.
There's no way I'm going to win this fight."
Yeah.
So I usually just throw the flag. But she's a wonderful person.
That's really
great.
cool. I loved couples therapy because our mom is a therapist, and so therapy was
really?
just something that we just like always did.
Oh my God, we only have 1 minute left.
Oh my God, sorry.
I wanted to talk to you guys forever.
know. Well, anytime.
Will you
just-
come back again?
Of course, we'd
Yeah,
love to.
of course.
I mean, but you're on tour. I don't know when. I don't know when.
We'll be
See
back
you never,
next
I
year.
guess.
Oh my
next year.
God! Sandyland is over today. I'm so bummed. Tegan and Sara get their new album, "Love You to Death." Go see them tonight at Madison Square Garden.
Pleasure.
Ladies,
Pleasure.
you are a delight. You're my number one favorite guest so far in Sandyland.
Oh my
You
God.
rock. We'll
That's
see
an
you.
honor.
Bye,
See you
everyone.
Monday. Love you.